Hello, team, and welcome to week one of the new year, New You challenge. This week's going to be about clarity instead of pressure. And we're not undoing Christmas, we're setting direction for the year ahead and deciding who you want to become. This is the absolute spine of everything when it comes to goal setting and the results that you want to get out of this, because once you feel like the person you want to become, that's when you have a far greater chance of getting the result that you're seeking. Now, I want you to create clear goals and direction and decide who you're becoming. Now, why do most goals fail? In my experience, just too vague, and people being focused mainly on outcomes rather than the identity shift. What I want clients to do at the beginning is, tell me what the goal is, be very specific, why it is you want to achieve that, and more importantly, breaking it down as well into how you want to achieve that. Because, like I say, most people set their goals too vague and they're based on the outcome. So instead of focusing on what you want, I would recommend focusing on who you need to become. Tony Robbins summarizes this one beautifully. He says we need to look after the state first, the story that we tell ourselves, and then strategize on the back of that. I'm not here just to help you strategize and give you the tools. I really want you to work on your story and your state as well. Now, outcome goals versus process goals. Outcome goals give direction, process goals drive results, and remember that behaviours matter most. Now, outcome goals tell you where you're going, whereas process goals are the daily actions that actually get you there. Identity-based change, again, thinking about your state here. What would the best version of you do? Now, behaviours shape identity, and identity drives consistency. Lasting change happens when actions align with identity. So instead of asking, what should I do? Ask, who do I want to become? Visualizing your future self. I'll let you guys in on a secret. What I personally have is a vision board, and it's got all the areas of my life which I want to work towards, and that's what keeps me resilient through the tough days which are inevitable. And this is why goal setting is so important, because your reflection, which I'm going to get you all to do daily as part of your homework, is going to be looking back and celebrating just those little victories. And ultimately and inevitably, when you come into challenges, which we spoke about before, are inevitable, and being able to reflect and remind yourself why, because your why is going to be so powerful, because you're going to have it up here, who you want to become, that's going to create that emotional buy-in and, more importantly, guide daily decisions. Now, what I want you to do is, in addition to having your mental image, I want you all to ask yourself, how do you train at the moment? How do you eat? And more importantly, how do you speak to yourself? Because our thoughts, that dictates our path. Okay, now setting your non-negotiables. Non-negotiables remove decision fatigue and protect consistency. I want you to commit to your training. Again, remember 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Always bear that in mind, in the moments where challenges come up. Could be personal challenges, you could be fatigued, you might be tight for time, but always have your non-negotiables. And in addition to training, that covers nutrition and lifestyle as well. the three main pillars. Okay, so your focus for week one, I want you to get very, very specific about what your goals are. Not just for the end of this 8-week challenge, but I want you to stretch to 6 months and 12 months from now. Where is it you actually see yourself? What is that? Be really specific here. Don't be too vague. Give me your why behind it. Why is it you want to become that person? Don't just say to me, I want to lose weight, because that could mean so many things to you. And I really want to know that, right? And write an outcome and process goals, define your future identity, and commit to those non-negotiables, which I was talking about. Now, that could be a minimum of 3 workouts every week. That could be a minimum of 10,000 steps per day. That could be I'm going to drink a glass of water in the morning when I wake up. You decide. Be really, really specific. And also as well, once you've done that, I want you to, tell me how you're going to feel becoming that person. And then ultimately, that's going to help you break down the actions that you need to take in order to get that. All right, now direction matters more than perfection in week one. Final reminder, this is a fresh chapter, and progress comes from alignment. Consistency beats motivation. Don't rely on motivation, okay? I don't think any of you will on this challenge, because you've all been with me long enough, and you're building alignment rather than chasing motivation. Thanks.